Time for Coast to Coast, checking in on what playoff seeds were locked in last night. Starting in L.A., the Thunder beat the Clippers to clinch the top spot in the West and home court throughout the playoffs. It's their third straight postseason at the top of the Western Conference. Tim, do people appreciate this dominance for the three-year run?
Yeah, listen, let's talk about the last 2 years. Only the Jordan Bulls and the prime Steph Warriors have more wins over a 2-year span than Oklahoma City Thunder. Clinched the top overall seed again. 19-1 in the last 20 games, rolling. Wow. Going to the playoffs.
In Orlando, the Timberwolves lost to the Magic. That locks them into the 6th seed. Ant, Randall, and Gobert all set out. Perk, what's your outlook for Minnesota in the post?
I don't know. They're the biggest mystery in the Western Conference. We're talking about a team that went to the conference finals last year, expected to take that leap, but been inconsistent, especially on the defensive side. Can't Julius Randle be a Robin? Is Rudy going to be that defensive player that we know instead of crying about the damn basketball?
In Phoenix, Suns beat the Mavs. Check Kaman Malawach's block on his former Duke teammate Cooper Flagg. Not up in here. Suns lock up the 7th seed. Phoenix will host either the Clippers or Blazers to start the play-in tourney. Tim, which matchup do you want to see?
You know, here's the deal. I really think about which Clippers matchup do I want to see. Kawhi going back and playing against the Spurs for the first time in the playoffs since he left, or Shea versus the Clippers. Flip a coin. Either one will be fun.
Thanks.
Right, we have news out of the Bay. Steph Curry is out tonight against the Lakers. He played the last 2 games after missing the previous 27 games with a knee issue. The Warriors are on the front end of a back-to-back with just 3 games left in the regular season. So, with LeBron James in town facing the Warriors, we have both Anthony Slater and Dave McMenamin, who will be at the Chase Center tonight as well. So let's start with the home team, fellas. Steph is out. So, Anthony, what's the plan for him this weekend?
Ruining some entertainment value, right? We're going to get 0 LeBron James against Steph Curry games this season. But, the Warriors always plan to rest them on one side of this back-to-back, obviously coming off this knee injury that forced him out 27 games. They decided late morning today they prefer to play him tomorrow night in Sacramento. That will allow him to play with Kristaps Porzingis, who's also resting because he hasn't been cleared for back-to-back. So he's resting tonight, playing tomorrow is the expectation. They've only played 8 minutes together. They need to get some reps prior to next Wednesday night when they already know they're going to be the 10 seed. They're going to be on the road either in Portland or LA against the Clippers or Blazers in the play-in. So I expect basically dress rehearsals Friday night in Sacramento, Sunday afternoon in LA against the Clippers to get ready to play with their season on the line.
Now, on the Lakers side, LeBron James sat out their last game against OKC. Dave, how is LeBron handling the increased role with Luka and Austin Reeves out?
MJ, it's not completely different than what he was doing before. He's still not bringing the ball up. That's now in Luke Kennard's hand. He had 20 assists over the last 2 games. They hope to get Marcus Smart back tonight. He's missed the last 8 games with a variety of injuries. LeBron James will be asked to be a screener in the half court, play off the ball, and continue if the Lakers get steals and deflections and long defensive rebounds, go out and try to score in transition. He certainly recognizes the moment the Lakers are in. They're a game and a half back of the Denver Nuggets for the number 3 seed. That's really like a half a game because the Lakers have the tiebreaker over Denver. Even though J.J. Redick the other day said seeding's kind of out the window, there's still a pathway for the Lakers to end up on the top side of the Western Conference bracket. If they take care of Golden State starting tonight, home against Phoenix tomorrow, and then they close out against an easy opponent Sunday in the Utah Jazz.
All right, so you're saying there's a chance. All right, Dave and Anthony, thank you both. All right, so bummer, of course, no Steph Curry tonight, but LeBron should be out there for the Lakers, Perk. So with Luka and Reeves out for the foreseeable future, do you see them running it back next year?
Who, bro? Hell
Why
no.
are you laughing?
Not with the Lakers. Not with the Lakers, and he shouldn't. It's time for them to part ways. And yes, I understand a lot of whispers that he could be going back to Cleveland, but I've been wanting to get this off my chest.
Uh-oh.
Please,
You know what I mean?
save space.
If I'm Braun, I would really, really consider going to play my last year with the New York Knicks.
Huh.
Could you imagine what that would do for the game of basketball, for the NBA? When you talk about the economic side of things, how much money that's going to bring to the table. But Braun finishing out his career in the Mecca, in Madison Square Garden, and on top of that, the Knicks still have a roster where you add a LeBron James, yeah, you might have to give up some pieces. You going out with still having a legit shot and making a championship run. So if I'm Braun, I'm weighing all my options. I'm hollering at World Wide West and Leon Rose and seeing what's happening. Big Body Brunson, I know you got to lock in on the postseason, but if you're watching this, think about this for a minute. You know what I mean? Get a chance to still play with LeBron James. I know he's on his way out, but he still got a lot left in the tank. He still could go out there and give you 25 and 5.
I'm not ready to eliminate the Lakers as a possibility. Now, hey, at the All-Star break, I would have said no way in hell. You know, they need to move past LeBron to restructure that roster. Now I think it comes down to what kind of deal, how much of a financial haircut is LeBron willing to accept. Remember, they went 15-2 in March. They had that pecking order. He was thriving as that third option. He's still got all the business interests here. He's still got his son on the roster. I'm not ready to completely rule out LeBron, but they need a lot of that salary that he's making to put other places to build out that supporting cast. It ain't good enough right now.
Tim, Braun coming back to the Lakers does absolutely nothing for Braun. I mean, if you want to go out, you want to go out with a bang.
Oh, they don't have any bang around here?
I mean, I'm saying you either want to go back to where it all started at in Cleveland, or again, go test the waters out there in New York. You talk about a pay cut, but can you imagine how much money LeBron James will make in the city of New York City?
Flip it and reverse it, because now he is the minus 200 favorite to win the award. As we say howdy once again to Tim McMahon, who had a front row seat to these games and who has been covering the Dallas Mavericks all season long. What do you make of this Rookie of the Year push here for Cooper Flagg?
Well, listen, Tim Bontemps' straw poll with the bonus Rookie of the Year votes came in on Friday, and I can tell you this. Folks with the Mavericks were not happy about it. Cooper Flagg didn't say anything publicly, but I can promise you he was perturbed by that. This is a competitive kid. He wants Rookie of the Year, and I'm not giving Bontemps the assist for Cooper Flagg's weekend, but as Cooper said himself, that was definitely some sort of statement. I mean, 96 points efficiently in 2 games, filling out the box score, just complete domination. That's how you flip the odds in the Rookie of the Year race. And, you know, Colin Knipples had a spectacular season, obviously shattered the rookie record for three-pointers made, leading the entire league. Cooper Flagg statistically, aside from the shooting numbers, across the board, points, rebounds, assists, blocks, steals, is leading there. And this was the kind of weekend that really encapsulates just what a special talent he is as a kid who turned 19 during the season.
Yeah, talking to Cooper Flagg earlier in the year, he has nothing but high praise for his friend, for his former teammate, Colin Knippel, and you can tell how competitive Cooper is, how much this means to him, and how much he wants to put that winning foundation back in Dallas. Tim, thank you. This though, as Bontemps' straw poll laid out, this is a very interesting Rookie of the Year race. So much so that he never actually does the straw poll for Rookie of the Year, but he did this time around. So, Danny, when you're looking at these two, and it is close when you look at the numbers, what do you think is going to be the deciding factor?
For me, I'm looking at the games played and efficiency. You know, Con's got him by 12 games. And he's a 50, 40, 90 guy in my book. I think he has 21 50, 40, 90 games this season with making over 20-plus points. I think the next in line is Kawhi Leonard at like 15. And he's got more threes in a season than I've ever had. So he's got 260-plus threes, shooting at a high clip, and impacting winning while doing so.
Right.
Like, who would have thought the Hornets would be better than Dallas Mavericks? Nobody would have said that before the season. And I think he's a big part of why this organization's kind of turned around, and the atmosphere and the environment is a winning culture now. The city is buzzing in Charlotte, and this kid is a big part of it.
Yeah, and it should be noted that there is no minimum games played here for Rookie of the Year, but it's something, of course, that you can take into consideration as you look at the odds and how they have flip-flopped once again here. Although I think maybe odds makers just take a breath. Take a breath. I don't think voters are flip-flopping quite as much, but I was surprised by the difference, just the number of first-place votes that Knippel had in the straw poll versus Cooper Flagg. This is going to come down to the wire, but we have